Alright, so today on the 98, I'm replacing the wheel hub assembly. As you can see, the previous owner had on these front set of drag wheels, he had broken a couple studs. I'm not sure how, I didn't ask, but I figure after 204,000 miles it's probably time to change the wheel bearing anyway, and I need new studs. So obviously the new wheel bearing is going to come with new studs pressed in, so two birds in one stone kind of a deal. So what I did, kind of on the same thing as on the back side, I removed the two brake caliper bracket bolts and just rolled the whole caliper and bracket assembly out of the way and supported it with a jack stand, kind of wrapped it up so no moisture would get on it. So these two caliper bracket bolts were 18mm sockets, and that rolls everything out of the way so you can get to the wheel bearing. The wheel bearing is 4, 1, 2, and then 2 on this side as well. 1, 2, 2 13mm bolts. And then this whole assembly, once I get it undone, this whole assembly will pop out. There's a ABS plug back here. Unplug that, pull the whole assembly out, and I'll reinstall the new one. Alright, so I got the old hub assembly off there. So there's 4 bolts here, and these are the 2 for the rear, for the caliper bracket. The whole assembly comes off with it. So just cleaned it up. Like I said, there's your ABS pigtail, goes in like that. So disconnect that first, put it to the side. So when you install it, it will be facing that back towards here because it installs like this. And then, you know, just go back the reverse way. Just a quick note that because they're so old, it was stuck in there pretty well. So, you know, I just took a dead blow and started smacking it on the back side, and it started to loosen it up, and you just keep going until it basically falls out. Wasn't worried about damaging it. An easy trick would have been stick something in here and kind of force a gap, but I didn't want to damage the mating surface. Not that I think it'll matter, but I still didn't want to damage that mating surface at all. So I just started whacking the back of it with a mallet. You can see the reason I'm replacing it is because the studs were broke and blah blah. And so there's the new one. The new one will pop right in like so. Mate's right in there. Start running your bolts. I'll show you that in a second. So it's on there. I've got one bolt at the top right here started, and I'm starting to run the second one down, and then 2 on this side, and we can go back together with everything. Put your brake caliper bracket back on, run your 2 bolts. I don't know the torque specs for everything off the top of my head. I'll have to look that up, but you know, as a word of caution, always look up the correct torque spec for everything. There is one, I'm sure. That way this thing doesn't eventually fall apart again.